Hello world, how are you? We have some Q&A to do. I hope you're doing fine, cause it's Q&A time again. Hello world, how's it going? Hope you guys are doing great. If not, as always, I hope it gets better for you. So yeah, welcome back, friends. Welcome to another Friday Night Live Q&A, where you can ask the aquarium community and I questions on keeping freshwater fish, shrimp, and plants, and all that good freshwater fish keeping fun. Candy, thank you so much for reminding me, like you do every week, to put it into live chat and off the top chat. Appreciate you, Candy. You're the best. Always looking out. So let me hop on over here. Well, maybe. All right, there I am. There you guys are. Hello, 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 hello. All you awesome people. Let me see if I can prop this up a little more. Yeah, that's better. All right. It is Friday, another Friday. Hope you guys' this Friday is going good. So I am in top chat. And hello, lots of hellos, no questions yet. So yeah, just been staying busy around here in the fish room. Trying to get things changed up better into the way I think they will operate better. So pretty much moving a lot of stuff around. I'm liking how things are looking in here, and it is gonna be pretty sweet, pretty sweet. Can't wait to share it with all you guys here when I get done with it soon. Rumor has it, or, well, it's not really a rumor, I'll start the rumor, but Fish Room Fever should be coming up here, I think either Saturday or Sunday, I don't know exactly when he plans on coming here, but he should be getting some footage up here. We'll see what he does. Not to put you on the spot, Fish Room Fever, I saw you in here. He's coming up for the Indianapolis fish swap, so they're doing a swap, the Circle City Aquarium Club, where people can swap out fish and trade them and all that jazz. So that should be good. I don't plan on selling anything there when I go, but definitely probably buy some stuff. We'll see. And Ty Horton, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Appreciate you, Ty. Hope all is well. Always great to see you. It says, hanging out with the in-laws, so I'll have to catch the replay. Have a good stream. Well, have a good time with your in-laws. Hopefully that goes well. And have some fun. And I appreciate the support. Thank you, brother. Thank you, thank you. LRB, going to CCAC swap. So yes, Tom Patterson. He's a club member, so I will be there, Tom. I saw a question here. Yep, there we go. Naufal Asnawi. Sorry if I ruined that name. That's a tough one for me. It says, hi LRB, do you have any tips breeding white cloud, and what are your thoughts about Hygrophila pinnafatida? So Hygrophila pinnafatida can be tricky. I do know it likes the softer water. It will grow better under, or well, in softer water. As far as lighting, it's not that picky, but the softness of the water definitely makes a difference. And it is hard to grow for most people because often when they do get it, it is from an immersed form, so they do have to transition them. If you go onto some Facebook groups and stuff, you can sometimes find it already grown underneath water, and you get a lot better chance of success from that. And as far as white clouds, I haven't bred a whole lot of them. I don't know if they're seasonal. Some people have told me that their breeds like crazy. Mine once in a while will breed. I don't know if it's my approach. Haven't also put a ton of time on it. They could be like Danios too. So in the medical industry, they have these Danios that they use for cancer research. And what they do with their Danios is add like a slope into their container or into their tank, so they can go up on that slope as it was a bank in a creek would be, and they'll go up to the top of it and then kind of scatter and throw their eggs around on that. And I've noticed it into some of the aquascapes I've thrown my danios and white clouds in, that they act in that same behavior. Same with pencil fish I have found, and splash tetras. So that can help out your success trying to hit that approach. And as far as water quality, neutral water tends to work best for them. Not too hard, not too soft. In my opinion, you could get away with either or. I think too hard could become a problem, but I could be wrong on that. Lucas, do you have any rice fish? I do have rice fish. I got the daisy rice fish. I have the gold Medicas, and, or well, not gold or orange, whatever you want to call them. And then I actually just got some from John Stoller, who is another Circle City Aquarium Club member. These red cap Medicas that are kind of supposed to look like koi from the top. I'm excited to try to breed those. Supposedly they throw all kinds of different rice fish, which will be interesting. What is that red fish in that tank behind you? If it was a little red fish, it was probably a cherry barb. If it was a tiny, tiny, bright little red fish. They're pretty huge, actually. Let's go look at them. Really nice looking. Flip you guys over here. Oh yeah, they're sparring right now. Alright, let's see here. Sorry if I'm missing your questions. Try my best to get them all. Lucas, do you use substrate in your outdoor tubs? So actually I do. So it's a killifish and cherry barbs. Man, those cherry barbs are going wild chasing that female. But I have put sand, Eco Complete out there. You could use dirt, you could use pebbles, you could use rocks, you could use nothing. It's really on your own preference as far as what you use for substrate outside. Just think about it like you're building a pond outside. In essence, that's what you're doing. All that we're doing with the aquariums is building little ponds inside that actually have a little control to them, and not Mother Nature throwing her organics and stuff all over in the place that cause too much nutrients and excess algae and excess light from the sun that causes excess algae as well. Now you can grow excess algae if you want to. It's really not hard. I guess it can take some time to build up, but man, these are great for fry and breeding tanks, for sure. And that's actually a community breeding project that I had black neons in there, Amarai rainbow fish, rice fish, cherry barbs. Thinking maybe something else. Oh, red luminatus. I could see a blue eye up here actually. It's got a real, I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's one of them's got real bright blue eyes. But what I've been doing is breeding with the whole community of fish and then move them to another tank, and then they'll just lay out eggs. Last time I did it in this tank, I ended up getting black neons and dwarf neons, but that's all I put in there together at the time, and it worked out pretty good, pretty good. What is that? What, you don't like that? That's awesomeness. Look at it. It's like mountains of algae. That is Mother Nature's essence right there. That is a potion in a box, all full with the magic of Mother Nature. That's what that is. It's beautiful, beautiful. And if you don't like it, get out. Just kidding, you can stay. You can look at this one if you don't like it. How about that? Okay, back to questions here. Is that hair algae? Yes, that's hair algae. For sure, running amok. Lucas, Lumpy Dog says, do you have any Santa Maria Endlers? I do have Santa Maria Endlers. Not in here, or... No, they're in the other room, yeah. They're in the main fish room, which I haven't been to for quite a time with you guys. And I mentioned last Friday that I would eventually do a live stream back there with you guys here soon, and I do plan on getting to that. And I didn't forget you guys, and we'll do that here someday. I have blue galars. How do I get them to breed? John Gonzalez. So I actually have a video showing you how to do that step by step. Collecting the eggs, hatching them out, incubating them, all that, getting them to breed. If you go into LRB fish breeding playlist, just type in LRB blue galars. There's a couple of videos where I do that. What's my favorite tank? Oh, that's super tough. I don't know. That's super tough. Wesley's is looking really nice. This is one of my favorites. This is one of my favorites. I absolutely love that tank too. Some people might not like that. I mean, this one's pretty amazing. And then there's countless ones over there, the 20s, that are pretty cool. That one used to be cool at one point. What I've been liking doing is this though. Getting the plants and it's just like, look at that spreading out. It's like Mother Nature taking over. It's like you take your aquarium and then you just take it on out and just bam. I like how it like comes up and out. I like doing that stuff anymore these days. Creating like these marshes, which if you guys saw my last video, which was about doing something like that, I've got one in the utility room that just looks absolutely amazing. Plan on sharing that with you guys here soon. Make a little short video of it. Another way to float plants. And another idea for you all, but really hard to pick a favorite. All right, back to questions. What's your favorite algae? I would have to say hair algae. Hair algae is probably the most essential to our aquariums when it comes to excesses and keeps our fish from dying. It's the easiest to get rid of and to remove. And it's the best for fish to eat. And it's the best for spawning and microorganisms to live on for fry to eat as well. Mickey M says, new channel LRB Scaping Green Art, LOL. You know, I've teetered with having a new channel so many times and it always comes down to not enough time. But I did one. I thought about doing one on like Life Talk where people can like ask me questions or if they need help or advice with things going on in their life. Just a little insider perspective. I think that would be kind of fun to do. And good for everybody, at least in my opinion or view. Helps some people through tough times. Sakana Katana, glad to see you in here, bro, says, I'm setting up a 29-gallon aquarium. Looking stock ideas. If you were to set up a 29-gallon of soft water tank, what fish and plants would you stock it with? So it all depends on what you would like to do. So if I were to have a 29-gallon and say no other tanks or maintenance wasn't really a big issue or something, I think what would be really cool is just do a black water tank with like super bright fish like sparkling gouramis, have it lightly dimmed, a bunch of organics, driftwood, maybe some anubias and buches here and there. Mixed with some pilo moss, real low light, low tech, but bright and brilliant. That way it has like a different contrast. I think a blue fish and a red fish tank would be cool too. I don't know. Beauty's all in the eye of the beholder, and when it comes to fish, really go with your heart, what you think you would like, not really what somebody else would like though. I mean, that goes a long way, because if you listen to what everybody else recommends and not to your own heart, then what are you following? Guillermo Escobar, good to see you in here, says, hey Lucas, I just got a pair of the purple guppy strain. How long does it take to develop a strain like that? So that one I actually got really lucky on. So I used 2 generations for those. to double check it. First gen pretty much came out solid. Like really just came out solid. And then second gen came out solid. I was like, okay, stumbled upon something here. And that's actually what happened with my Rainbow Tiger Endlers as well. But good snag up on those purple strain guppies, Guillermo. I'm guessing you must be a member. Or, yeah, I believe you are. Because not a lot of people know that those are out there. And good luck with them. I mean, they breed like crazy for me. Or at least they have been, the 2 colonies I have. Glad to hear your White Cross Endlers are all doing good, Dan. I have my long brown stringy stuff growing in my aquarium. Is it algae or diatom? So if it's long and brown, it's probably like halfway living green algae or just a different type of green algae. There's a lot of different sorts and strains of green algae. So the best way to get rid of that, manually remove it, what you can, before your water change, then do a water change afterwards, at least 50%. And that reoxygenation should help break down all that algae and siphon up as much as you can. And if you stay on a frequent water change schedule, weekly or bi-weekly, in a non-filtered aquarium, I mean even in a filtered aquarium, you should not have any more algae problems. Unless you're way overdosing your ferts or your lights are way too bright. But stocking and all that, it doesn't really matter so much. Of course, with stocking with fish, you do add more food in it too. So you do got to keep in mind that your food can muck up the water and add excess nutrients. And then that's where a lot of that algae will feed off it too, on top of your fertilizers. So hopefully that helps you guys in the perspective of trying to fix that green hair algae. And to be like, if I were to fix this tank back there that has all that green hair algae in there, there's actually a ton of dwarf sage. There's a crypt under there. You could actually see them still up underneath there. So this would be super easy to take out. I could take out this whole chunk, one setting, like one water change. I just peel it off like a band-aid. Now I do it slowly because I got all these dwarf sags here and kind of like finger my way through there. And then you can see the crypt coming through there, crypt coming through there, still alive up underneath this. So I could just pull this into one piece. You don't want to just go ripping and tearing, ripping and tearing. You could literally just roll that back. And boom, you got yourself a planted aquarium again. Now I'd have the same problem because I wouldn't have enough plants. Even though there's plants underneath there, there's still not enough to absorb all that light and all those nutrients. I do got quite a bit of light here on that. In this tank, it's a little different because there's enough plants. I mean, there's Substrate, Val, they soak up nutrients pretty fast and they do like light. So the crypt and the dwarf sage, they're kind of slower growers. They don't demand a whole lot of light. They're more in the moderate category when it comes to plants. Unlike these are more towards the faster grower, even though Substrate's more moderate too. But the way it feeds off the nutrients is more through the water column. Then these guys get the root feeding and the water column through the valve. So you gotta think about how plants eat as well when it comes to keeping successful planted aquariums. And if you guys know here, I got a bunch of PG. If you guys never seen the Pontamagitan, or however you say it, Gayi, G-A-Y-I, this is what it looks like. It's really cool stuff. But I was throwing in a bunch of guppy grass in here, letting them eat. I threw in a ton of this stuff. They're still eating it, but they can't eat it as fast as the guppy grass, which should help because that's going to block the light a bit for this crypt to really grab a hold, because these guys were just abusing it big time. And now that they're focused on this, this can grow back, and with the lesser light, it won't have as much of a struggle, because the crypts, like I said, they don't really need a whole lot of light, even though they don't mind high light either. So there's so many ways to plant aquariums. All right, enough rambling. Let me get to your guys' questions. But I hope that gives more perspective as well. Tony Romani says, Lucas 55 gallon, what would you put in it to make it a tank for profit? And Sarah is awesome. Tell her thank you again. Well, Tony, I appreciate your support and your orders lately. As far as what I would put in that for profit, I don't know, rainbow fish, discus, Congo tetras, Endlers, guppies, shrimp. Really, I don't know. Whatever you could really make any fish for profit if you could breed it. And when it comes for plants, you just want to get ones that you can actually grow, the ones that do well for you. Maple Street Aquatics says, Lucas, do you still have half-bakes? I do still have half-bakes. But they're really hard to breed. I keep breeding them out in 75 gallons. But even to get a few babies out is really tough. Because first time, I pulled out the babies and they just quit breeding on me. They depressed them. Like you could see it depressed them. So the second time, I community bred them. Or well, let them keep their babies that time. And they ended up eating most of them. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. Scrolling. Let's see. Looking for questions. Trying to speed read here. Addicted to Fish Chick says, question! That's a good way to get my attention for a question. When testing KH and GH, do you use aquarium tap water or water that comes out of your tap? I'm on a well. So I would do both. What I would do is test it on the way in, and then I would test it in your aquarium like a week after. So if you already have an aquarium set up, go ahead and test that before you do a water change again. Then I would test your tap water as it comes out. Then I'd do a water change and like maybe wait, I don't know, 2 hours or an hour. You probably don't even have to wait that long and do another test. But to be honest, I don't do any testing. But if you don't know what your water is, then I would test it. Now that I know what my water comes out with, all I really do is test the tap. Now, if I feel like I'm mixing it, I actually run a mix sometimes where I'll mix RO and tap water, but this range, it should be all right. Because if you try pinpointing GHs, KHs, PHs, and all the Hs, you can find yourself in a heck of a lot of havoc. Because you can really destroy a tank by doing that. Zachary Walker says, what do you use to remineralize your RO water for Neocaridina shrimp and for Carrodinia, and to what TDS? So for Neocaridina, I don't really remineralize. Technically, I guess my tap water is my remineralizer since I have a whole lot of mineralized water that comes through my tap, which runs about 350 TDS. Used to be 400 plus back in the day, which my shrimp did not mind that one bit. Almost 500. And then as far as Carrodinias, I would use the softer RO water, and then I would use Nilo CG's GH booster and bring it to about 150, 200, which really you'd be all right within the 100, 200 range. The thing with Carrodinias, and the reason why I can't use my tap water for them, is the fact that it has KH in them, and Carrodinias tend to not like KH. So I hope that helps. J-Bones the first says, when are you going to have your lime green Endlers back in stock? Might be a little while. Some of my Endlers I've kind of been letting phase out. I do still have a group of them, just their light went down on the rack, so it's not getting a whole lot of light, so they don't have a whole lot of plant coverage, so they're not breeding very much. And yeah, I gotta get that fixed amongst like a bazillion other things I gotta do. Like, it's pretty crazy around here. Pretty crazy as far as the to-dos, but I'm rolling on them. And hopefully I get a helper soon. I have something in the works. Hopefully I get some help soon. And if I get that going, that should be good for everybody. Sharon, I'll just say Sharon, I cannot pronounce that last name, says, what type of lights do you use on your tanks? So these that I've been using lately, I think they're Sunco's the brand. And they're just shop lights, 6500K, 48 inches. Then some of my other lights I've used were the Aquatics off of eBay. And Fluval 3.0s do pretty well. They're kind of pricier. These cost me around 20 some bucks, like $20, $22 for a 48 inch, which is a really good deal. They work really, really well. And then there's really lots of lights you can use. Compact fluorescence. I've done the T5s back in the day. T5s you could grow real nice plants with. They just take so much power. We used to use the high outputs. Compact fluorescent light bulbs, the little swirly ones. Those were some of my favorites as far as growing colors out of plants. I think it's the radiation that they get from it. Plants really, really love radiation. See, Patrick Dalton says, when planting sword plants, how deep do you plant the roots in base of the sword and aquarium soil? So you just bury it down to where the root and the crown meet. So all those... Oh, hello. Welcome back to LRB Aquatics Friday Night Live Q&A. Seems that we had technical difficulties there. Who knows? But hey, welcome back, and let's get back to these questions. So I'm glad some of you guys stayed during that slight blackout of internet. William Booth says, hey LRB, where can I get Lymphnophilia sessiflora? eBay doesn't seem promising. So I think Lymphnophilia sessiflora is on a list for some states. I do have some, but I don't offer it on the website because of that reason. Now, if you live in one of the states that it's not on that list, then email Sarah and we can get you taken care of. But I do like that plant. That plant is actually really great for breeding fish. I wish it was legal everywhere because I would grow the crap out of it. Because it's pretty much awesome. Jessica Hussey says, what do you feed your Placos? So I feed them tetracolor tropical granules, but I also always like to keep a softer driftwood in there, like Malaysian or bogwood, just so they have something natural to munch on. Wood's a big part of their diet in nature. Leaves are also great to throw in there. If you got some oak leaves, catawba leaves, anything like that, they like to munch on that natural kind of stuff. They'll pretty much eat anything. As far as like regular foods in the market. Chevy Fish says, what about dividing the tanks so that the parents half-beaks know the babies are still there but can't? Oh, that's a good idea, Chevy Fish. I guess I never thought about that. Good one. Nice. Thanks. I'd have to customize some kind of mesh thing for them. That's a good idea. Hopefully that doesn't make them want to jump, though, because I really like my topless tanks. I'm a big fan of tops. All right, I'm at the bottom. So if you got that question, now's the time to throw it there because I think I've done my best here as answering questions. Mike Stomberg says, can I see your Gittiman rainbow fish? Just about 7 juveniles that aren't colored up yet. They are in the guest bedroom right now, so unfortunately we cannot go back there. And is this, oh my gosh. So I think I cannot answer your guys' questions because it's not that I got to the bottom of the chat, but the fact that the chat just stopped on here. So what we'll do is fix this problem. I'll get you guys on the computer. Check this out. Built myself a new little table there for my computer. Move this stuff over. There we go. Give me a chair. Chairs are good. Alright. Let me try to get back to your guys' chat here. I'm gonna pull it up on the computer. Which is gonna be weird because I'm gonna be looking this way pretty much most of the time now. But it is what it is, and I think you guys will be alright. If not, I'm sorry. So sorry for you. Oh my, no internet. Lovely, absolutely lovely. Here we go. Aquatics. Who disliked this? I got a thumbs down. Got a hater out there. Got a hater. Oh well, still love you, hater. Let's see. Mickey M says, buying any killies on Aquabid these days. So actually I don't do much with Aquabid these days just because I don't know where I'm getting my stuff from. Hard to trust sources for me, and just the way I run my ship here, I don't know. You can get some good stuff. I have gotten some good things from people that I know that sell through there. But as far as killifish, I do have something in the works right now, and that I will probably be getting quite a few pair, like 50 or so of some really cool rare killies, so that's exciting. But Mickey, you're in Australia, so I can't help you there. But you can find the stream with all those tabs open. Yeah, I actually had to open up 4 new browsers. Now I'm running 4 internet browsers, so I can have certain sectors of my to-dos put into one. And yeah, this tab's still full because I meant the end of this one browser. I think 100 tabs is what they allow you. Beast Heart says, how much to feed cherry shrimp and 65 okay temp for them. 65 is kind of on the lower side. Doesn't really take that much to feed them. Tetracolor tropical granules, as long as they're not leaving excess over, and like by the next day or morning, depending on when you feed them, like after 6 hours or so, then you should be good. And if you see snail booms, that also is a big sign that you're overfeeding. Lars K, sorry I'm just now seeing this super chat because my phone decided to, I don't know, work halfway. Now it's only like, I can see myself through the visual, I can see the numbers, the timers, all that stuff, but I cannot see your guys' chat or the super chat. But Lars K, my buddy, thank you so much for the support. Again, you are awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I hope all is going well with you as well. And looks like I missed another one. The Aquarium guys, thank you so much for the $2 super chat as well. Says, when can we get you in the podcast, my bearded bro? So, I would say try to hit me up closer in the winter time. Like during winter time, I have more time to do indoor activities. So while the weather's good, grass is growing, I've got to mow that, I've got to do things outside and keep up with fish around here for now and build projects. Like usually when it's warm out, that's when I want to build like stands and go outside and cut stuff and all that. So I try not to do too much promising on podcasts and stuff. But we can definitely do something here in the future. I do have a few things, or not really like in line, but I have been talking to a few people about doing such a thing. But hit me up in the winter. Thank you for the support, bro. Let's see. Man, there's a lot of questions. Currently breeding any catfish. I did have some Corydoras eggs I pulled out of the 125-gallon main rainbow fish tank today. Not really sure whose they are. Could be Duplicarius or red Venezuelanus. But I did salvage them before the rainbows nibbled upon them. Besides that, that's about it. Synodontis catfish, they're always throwing eggs, but I'm not collecting them. Let's see. Ken Cunningham says, how do you keep the raccoons from getting into all your outdoor tubs? I've had 2 nights of raccoons and visitation in my koi pond on the front porch. Dalmatians tread the raccoon, or treat the raccoon. So as far as raccoons, I have dealt with them a lot, and usually it's a seasonal thing. They'll come around. We've got a mama that always has babies within the woods somewhere around our house, and she'll raise up usually 2 or 3 a year. And they always come in, they'll eat all the cat food and play around in the pond. Sometimes they wreak havoc and break things like my little temperature thermometers, or pull algae or plants out or something like that. But for the most part, they don't mess with fish too much. I did have one time when one did decide to go swimming into the big pond and did really muck it up. Like, what were you doing? Like, there's raccoon fight in there or something. But that was the only time it really got too crazy. This year's been really mild. I think it's because we had a lot of cat food out. But they do make these things that have like motion detectors on them, but it's a sprinkler system. So what you do is you like plant that near the side of it, and then you run a hose into your pond, and anytime anything goes in front of it, it'll sprinkle water out of them. People use those for herons and big birds for their koi ponds. It can work the same for raccoons as well. I don't know if Aquascape has them, which is a big pond supplier for pond equipment. I have seen them actually talk about them, so they may have them. I've never used one. I've just gotten used to it. Like, it's just part of the cycle of life these days. Mother Nature, you know. They are kind of adorable, little raccoons. As long as they're not trying to live in my attic or anything, we're all good. Lena Engelhart says, hi, setting up brand new planted 10-gallon with new substrate for cherry shrimp. I've been using Chem stability for 7 days, like the bottle suggests. How long should I wait to add shrimp? So I'd probably quit using the stability. I don't know much about it, but I could say that you don't need it. It probably is helping your cycle. So, I mean, it sounds like you only needed to use it for 7 days anyways. But I don't know, I would give it another week before you put shrimp in there. Shrimp really like a mature tank. If you did want to really kickstart it, I do sell bags of Molmy water that has a lot of that beneficial bacteria and good stuff that'll mature a tank real fast. Besides that, I'd just wait a week or two and you should be ready. Just make sure you get plants and stuff. More biofilm, more beneficial bacteria you have in there, the better it is. If you're doing a lot of filtration, that's going to take it longer for it to cycle as well. But if you're doing like a no filter tank, they cycle a lot quicker. Freddie Villarreal says, sup LRB, if I'm dosing Easy Green and have a carbon infused pad in my filter, am I getting benefits from the Easy Green? I would say so, yeah, because you're still getting fertilizers and nutrients through that, and the carbon's helping filter out other bad organics and heavy metals and stuff for you. So I've always had good success when using a filter and a carbon material in that filter to really help clean and polish that water. And the fruits have always helped for planet aquariums, so it's a good combo. Reason why I don't now is just I can't, like, trying to do that with all the aquariums I have now. No way. If I had one huge system into all these tanks with water, I would probably run some kind of carbon packet in that. One day, I actually have a plan for doing something really cool like that, but that'll probably be in, like, I don't know, I would say 6, 7 years from now. We'll see. Maybe sooner. Because I could always do like maybe a commercial space. I know I said I never wanted a store because of the hours and whatnot, but I could always create flex time and maybe have something big. Who knows where the world will take us. I kind of like doing it in my fish room though, like in my house. It is a lot more convenient. But I would like to make a huge filter system. Like, I could, yeah, anyway. Brian, what do you medicate your new fish with? I don't medicate my new fish. Please, like, the practice of this having to medicate every new fish that people get is half the problem with their new fish. So when you guys get new fish, you do not have to medicate them because they're not always sick. The best thing you can do for your new fish is to put them in a container with your aquarium water. So get them out of their water, whether it be a net, whether you pour it into them, whether you grab it by your hand, but get them into a container. Then what you want to do is run your aquarium water or dechlorinated tap water or whatever water you're going to use or that you use for your water changes through that container. That way anything that was in the water or on the fish will get washed away. So it's sitting in nothing but absolute sterile, clean water that comes from your tap or from your aquarium. And once you dilute all that, you're pretty much like safe. Like 99 out of 100 times you'll be safe. It's worked wonders, absolute wonders for me. I used to go through all that crap. So once I figured out giving them the fish baths, it's been so much easier, so much easier. And I've gotten some fish from the nitty gritty of some places and tested them on this theory. Because I know some of these killifish breeders, you go to these carnivals. Now, I'm not harking on some of them because I know some of them keep great systems, but some don't care about hydras, some don't care about this, that, and the other because the killies will eat them. But when you do the fish baths, it's amazing, amazing what it can do for a new fish. You start medicating them, then it starts getting into their systems. They can lower their immune systems, which can cause more problems. Yeah, you are treating one thing, but you're off balancing another. Not to mention the plants and the beneficial bacteria that you have in your aquarium as well has to deal with these meds. You have to pretty much change the whole cycle of your aquarium just to fix that problem. It's just a train wreck of problems that will follow suit from doing so. I know a lot of big timers, they do that, especially wholesalers and stuff, but they're usually flipping them and shipping them. I mean, meds can work. I'm not saying that they don't, but I would not use them unless the fish is actually showing signs of an illness. If something is on its body, or if something is extruding through its body, I would worry. But if the fish is like gasping for air, not feeling right, clamping its fins, stuff like that, check your water. May not like your water, or your water may have chlorine in it or something else that you just did not check off your checklist in your maintenance or your change of that water. And that's why getting fish for the water that you keep or have makes a big difference, because anytime you try to keep fish that don't go well with your water, and then you have to create that new water. That's another opportunity for error. So something to keep in mind. I really hope people grasp this, because I know it can help a lot of people when it comes to getting new fish, because I've been there so many times. And yeah, hope that helps. Let's see, Zach Clark, LRB, is your garage fish room heated for the winter time, or do you heat the tanks individually? So what I'll do is I'll bring in a radiator heater for over here. Well, I guess I can't move this. Let me see if I can move this. For over here near the garage door, because you'll get a draft in and everything. And then over here, I'll heat these tanks because there's a door over there as well. So by heating those up to like 84, which there's only one in there that has a heater in it. And this whole garage is still 84 degrees because of that tank. It acts like a radiator heater. It's a big reason why I don't really want my discus anymore. It's because I got to keep them at 84 degrees, and that's why it's 84 degrees in here all the time. Even though I'm probably going to still keep it warm in here, because when I do finish off this garage system, it's all going to be fish breeding in this part of the section. So I'm going to end up breaking things down. Like my guest bedroom will be all shrimp. May turn my utility into like a high-tech plant grow out kind of section. Of course, we'll have the QT upstairs. The main in the office will be just kind of excess outpour of projects and things I can mix and blend and do whatnots. Then we'll have outdoor tubbing for all the other fun stuff. So I'm excited about all that. And once again, sorry if I'm missing your guys' questions. Lars K, thank you for the support again. Throwing down the $3 super chat. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate the support. Without you guys, seriously, this would not be possible. So all you guys support me, all my members, all you guys, I have to thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. You guys are much, much more appreciated than I can show to you. And hopefully I can make that better here in the future. Chattanooga Ed, thank you so much for the $5 super chat as well. Hopefully I'll see you at Fish Room Fever here this weekend. Chattanooga Ed seems like a real fun guy to meet in person and hang out with. So, yeah. Thank you guys. I really, really appreciate you. Can I see the algae tank? I'm late. Dominique Jackson. You can. It's, oh, wait. But then I can't read your questions. That's the only problem. Is I cannot read your questions. So let me get a question here real quick. Somebody ask a question. I'm at the bottom. If you got a question, ask it. Now. Fast. No? Okay. Well. We'll leave it at fish bass, and we'll go look at algae. And we are at about the 50-minute mark, so not much more time, but here's the algae tank. Beautiful and glorious. Still has plants in it. And lots of babies. Babies everywhere. Like, I almost pulled this out, but I knew. Because sometimes it's really easy to be like, oh, let's just clean it up and get rid of it and get it back to plants to make it look nice. But I was like, nah, I just want to move that whole community of fish, see what comes about. Because I've done it before and it's worked. These guys are cool, the snake skins. These are super rare. They say they're wild type, but I don't know. A lot of them kind of display the snake skin. Like about 90% of them. And grown out. Alright, back to questions. Here's another algae tank for you. The red laser wapungas. These guys are cool. These are like dwarf neon fish. They don't get very big for rainbow fish. They stay small like dwarf neons. But you see they got the red in them instead. You guys hungry? Are you hungry? Breeding, got a little rummy nose breeding project going on here too. These are the females. I'm trying to fatten them up before I add the male. The male's on the other side in the similar tank. More babies. They're dwarf neons. Sold them out, and then babies popped up, so that's always nice. Always nice. The cycle goes on. That's how I operate. Really, that's how life operates, period, is in cycles. Actually, I had an epiphany yesterday morning. Ended up writing out how aquariums, keeping, and spirituality actually connects. And I do plan on making a video on how that all kind of went. I did write it all down for you guys to articulate it better for you, more eloquently than trying to pull it out of my head live here. But it really makes a lot of sense and helps with perspectives. And anytime you can help with your perspective, the higher consciousness, all the better for humanity, I think. So, all right, looking for those questions. Good day from Australia. What's your drink tonight, mate? So, Craig, I'm just drinking regular Coca-Cola. So did my computer, so came back to the computer questions, and there's none here either. So I'm losing all my chat everywhere. For some reason, last video I made for you guys, I was trying to get to your guys' comments. For some reason, would not pull up my comments. Now, I thought that may have been my cookies and all that stuff within my web browser. But now that it's not doing it on my phone, it's not doing it on my computer. YouTube. Why? Why? Why me? Why me? Oh, man. But, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this Friday Night Live. I guess we could feed some fish since there's no questions. That's always fun. And you know I'm going to ramble on about something. I did send a thing to Tanner today. Serpa Design for seeing if he'll link up on that. So if you want to help a brother out, go over to Tanner, or well, go over to Serpa Design. Tanner's his name, and tell him, hey, you really need to go help LRB with that 240-gallon fish tank. That way we can do it proper, make it look nice, and make it right. Because my skills on that level are not even close to doing that. All right, I had to flip you guys over. Okay, these guys always splash me once they figure it out. Really, you guys are being kind of calm. Must have ate a lot of plants today. There they go. Fish bomb. Gotta go get the rest of the food. I don't know why I didn't bring it with me. Can't wait to get this done though, jeez. Fish room fever is gonna take my Exodon paradoxus too, which I'm gonna miss those fish. They're really cool fish. I really don't have the tank space for them. I wish I could just throw them in here with these guys, but I know you just can't keep them with anything else. Those cardinals every time. They're beautiful. Yum, yum. Let's get over on this side. I get the killie some. Come on, killie. These hill trouts go crazy. Yum, 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 yum. That's my favorite part. Whoa, whoa, whoa! I hate it when they get my hand though, because then I gotta go wash my hand. I want to track it into my other tanks, even though I know this tank's clean. It's good to have OCD when you're keeping a lot of fish tanks. Whoa. Well, we got hill trouts here, Borrelia Aurelius. And then, Borrelia ardens. That's what it is. Whoa. And then we got mascara barbs, Docencia acimus. And for those coming in, wondering why I'm not answering any questions, is the fact, whoa, that I can't see your comments or questions. So we're feeding fish. Look at those killies. This is definitely one of my all-time favorite fish. One of them, amongst probably 100 or so. The golden water killifish, trophy fish, not a wild fish, but was created out of the hobby through the lineanatus. Absolutely beautiful fish. I could probably sit here and do this all day and they'd still probably eat. And if any of you guys super chatted me, so sorry if I missed it because I can't see it, but you know you're appreciated. I will look back here after this Q&A is over and check it out. But without your guys' support, yeah, I mean, we would not be here with all these fish tanks. Boom. How about that? Was that a good throw? Kind of like softball throw. Boom. I'm just being goofy. I get bored easy. Especially when I just feel like I'm talking to myself because I can't read your guys' comments. But you know what? I've done a lot of these Friday night live Q&As, so I still kind of feel like you guys are on here. Boing. You know what I mean? I can still visualize, see the little thing scrolling in my head. In me imagination. What are you guys doing? Look at that, that's a little combo. Berlin sword, silver tip, and an emperor. Oh no, those are two minutes. What is that? What is that? Why does it sound like a fish jumped out? Why has this got a gap? Hold on, you guys. I think a fish jumped. Did he jump back in? He must have jumped back in. He must have got on the grate and jumped back in. They did that the other day, too. Sounded like I heard something flopping on the floor. I don't hear it now. Okay, well that's good. Because I've had to fish those hill trouts before from back behind the stand, and that is not fun. Not fun at all. Holy crap. Look at all these bristlenose. Just keep breeding in here. I don't know what to do with all these bristlenose. Talk about overstocking. This tank's got so many fish in it. It's a little ridiculous. It's a little ridiculous. Oh, hanging out over here. Oh, somebody did lay down a super chat. Thank you for the super chat. Sorry I can't read it or see it, but I did see the number change. We'll go look at the end here through my analytics. But thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate you. All right, well, I moved that terrarium out here today. Had some babies. It's a parva. These actually came from these guys that ended up coming through here. This is a divided tank. Has just the ittiest bittiest cap. They made their way through here, and they've grown up. It's kind of wild, kind of weird. Oh, the Placos are out. Check this. Can't remember which ones these are. People tell me all the time, but I always forget. You know, just because I never see them. And I'm terrible at remembering numbers. Like, horrible at remembering numbers. Give me something visual, though. I'll remember it all day. Give me numbers. Forget about it. Oh. And all my lights are shutting off early, too. We had quite a few power outages here lately. Here in Indianapolis. And, oh, my timers are all messed up. Ooh, look at these guys. They're out. See, they're all like, what the heck? Where's my food? Even brought the CPDs out. Rarely do they come out. That group's getting old, though. I mean, they still look great, but I know they've been in there for a while. And you get those breeding again. And these split toes. These are awesome. If you want some of those, otherreaquatics.com. But looks like we are at the hour mark. I gotta feed fish because for some reason all my lights are turning off already. Man, always something to fix. Always something to fix. But I appreciate you all. Thank you all for coming out and joining my live Q&A. Sorry I can't answer you guys' questions there, YouTube. Hopefully you can get that fixed for me. That'd be appreciated. Thanks. Like buttons. I could use some like buttons. That would be great too. And if you haven't subscribed already, please. That'd be nice too, as we often say here on YouTube. But for all your guys' support, I love you. Thank you. Have a great weekend. Till next time, everybody. Peace. That's the end of the show.